Hello guys and welcome back to another video, and I just realized I'm wearing a Tigers hat and an FC Cincinnati jersey, so let me change it to the Pacers stuff real quick. Just threw the TJ McConnell jersey over the FC Cincinnati jersey because I'm too lazy to take this jersey off, so I just put this one over it. But let's get into this video and talk about the Pacers draft graded. So with the first pick that we had in the first round, we drafted Ben Mathurin. Graded that one an A-. I feel like that's a good grade. Ben Mathurin hopefully will be a star. In his words, in 5 years he wants to be one of the best players in the NBA.
What type of player will Ben Mathurin be in 5 years?
Best player in the NBA.
He's a hard worker. He's a great athlete. His athleticism is very good. He's explosive. He's powerful. His shooting is decently consistent. His playmaking has taken a huge leap from where it started at the beginning of last year's college basketball season to now. It improved a ton. So if he can make more improvements on that as he goes through the NBA, his playmaking will be amazing. His ball handling's decent. His perimeter defense is pretty good. So overall, as a player, he is good. It's going to come down to the coaching and the mental aspect of the NBA to see if he can translate to it, and I think he will be able to, and hopefully he will be a complimentary all-star to Tyrese Halliburton one day, and that's why I'm grading this an A-. Then, with the 31st pick in the second round, we took Andrew Nembhard, right? I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Something like that. But he is a great ball handler. You watch this guy on the perimeter, he's taking everybody's ankles, freaking crossing them over, taking their ankles, pulling up for three, pulling up in mid-range. His ability to create space with his ball handling ability, just amazing. His ball handling and playmaking abilities are amazing. His passing is amazing. All of that offensive stuff is amazing. His efficiency is decent. Just overall, his offensive game, I love it. And I think he will definitely be a good contributor off the bench at point guard, especially if someone gets injured, if McConnell gets injured, if we have an opening in the rotation on the bench, just plug him in, see what he can do. And hopefully this means that Brogdon will be gone and we'll have our point guards be Halliburton, McConnell, and Andrew Nembhard. Then with our final pick in the second round, I think it was 48th overall, I forget, somewhere in the 40s, but we took Kendall Brown, who is a 6'8 guard, could probably also play small forward, but shooting guard, small forward. You look at his stats and you go, oh, he averaged like 9 points and like a steal. His percentages are very good. His shooting percentages look very good, but he didn't take many shots. So you look at his stats and you're just kind of like, I don't see what's so impressive with this guy, because he was supposed to be a first-round draft pick. Like, he's first-round talent, and he dropped. So you kind of look at that, and you're like, oh, I didn't even say what I graded the last one. I graded it a B+. I don't know why I didn't say that. I forgot the whole premise of the video. The Andrew Nembhard pick, I graded a B+. And I just explained why. But Kendall Brown, you kind of look at his stats, and you're like, I mean, they're decent, but 9 points per game and a steal and a few rebounds and a few assists a game don't really get you in the first round, do they? And then you look at his film and his athleticism and his explosiveness, and you're like, oh my goodness, I understand now. Because this dude is a crazy athlete. He can jump out of the gym. He's fast. He's explosive. Just all around, his athleticism is amazing. It is absolutely amazing. Maybe even second only to like a Jaden Ivey type player. His athleticism is just amazing. Now, the other stuff, I mean, he can score decently. He doesn't score in bunches. Like I said, he only averaged like 9 points per game. But he can score decently, and he did it effectively while on a limited number of shots. And his usage wasn't amazing either, so. But just overall, his scoring ability and that kind of stuff, I think, will come along. His defense and his scoring ability is already somewhat okay. So his potential to take that to the next level and be a good NBA player, that potential is there. It is all there. All the tools to make that happen are there with Kendall Brown. It just depends on how the Pacers bring him along, how they develop him, how they coach him. It comes down to the coaching with Kendall Brown. The coaches and the developmental staff need to know what they want to do with this kid and do it correctly. Because if you do it incorrectly, you mess up his whole career. You do it correctly, you've got a potential contributor to a championship team. All the guys that we drafted can be contributors to a really good team one day. Mathurin's probably already there. Not much room for error from the developmental staff. Nembhard, maybe. But Kendall Brown is the guy with the most potential, and his deciding factor on if he reaches that potential is going to be our coaching staff. So we need to bring him along correctly. We need to develop him correctly. We need to teach him the system, fundamentals, basic, technique, all that stuff. I didn't see anything wrong with his technique majorly in the film, but the fundamentals need to be taught to him. All that stuff, he probably already knows it, but just repetitive. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Teach him everything that he needs to know and develop him. I grade it a B+. So A-, B+, and B+ overall. This draft, I think it's an A or an A-, this draft overall. Really, it just depends on how we develop these guys, which usually our developmental staff is one of the better developmental staffs in the NBA. So I don't doubt that they can't bring these guys along and develop them correctly. It's just, time will tell, and we'll have to see what happens. But I don't think it's any question that Ben Mathurin is the best out of this draft class right now. Bought his jersey, it's on the way. All these the other two, I'm going to have to wait to see them play for us to see if I want their jersey or not. But I think they will be good players. I think they will be rotational mainstays, whether that be starters or off the bench for 5 years, 10 years, somewhere around there for the Pacers. That is my hope, is that they can contribute to a championship winning team, and I think they have that potential to do that. It just really depends on us, on the Pacers, on how we handle these young players. And if we do it incorrectly, I don't think the fan base, including me, will ever forgive them. So they better do it correctly. I'll see you guys next time. As always, I'm not funny, and I think we nailed the draft. I think it was a good draft, and I can't wait to see how these guys come along with all these other young players we got on the roster. It's going to be a fun next few years. See you guys next time.
Just got unlucky on a few plays tonight. One of those plays, I thought he was standing still, but he just hit the shit out of that one guy, and the guy went flying. They blew the whistle, and they called it on him.